Red Alert FM. News as it breaks. Heroes in disguise, bringing ability out of disability.
Oh, come on and lift up a shout to the King. Oh, come on, it's so worthy. Oh, power in your name. There is power in your name. Your name, Jesus. Oh, power in your name. Oh, power in your name. Your name, Jesus. Oh, come on and bless the Lord in the room. Come on. There is one name that I know, and every time I call, heaven responds to me. Heaven is waiting for the mention of your name, the name of Jesus, name above all names. There is one name that I know. Every time I call, heaven is waiting to me. Hey, heaven is waiting for the mention of the name. Say the name of Jesus, name above all names. Power in your name, power in your name, Jesus. Power in your name. Oh, so much power, Jesus. Your name. There's power in your name, power in your name, your name, Jesus. I don't care what you.
Welcome viewers, and this is another episode of Heroes in Disguise on Red Alert FM. I am Ruth Ojebo, the news reservoir. Today we have a genius sing with sense, like whatever they say comes with wisdom. So which aspect are you using?
Well,
Let's
songs that are quite, sensational, songs that are quite motivating, and inspirational. So I'm more into the parts that does with the inspiration, inspirational. Although, like I said, by the virtue of my job, if I'm called upon, to work with anybody, I won't discriminate, But personally, my own philosophical view, I go with the ones that are more inspirational,
Okay, Mr. Manuel, if I may cut in there,
Okay.
is there anything like bad music?
Bad music.
Yeah.
Bad music. Because I'm into the system or into the industry, I won't discriminate, because different kind of sounds to different kind of people, different kind of, song to different kind of people, well, in a world that's where the world of diversity, you have different kind of people, race, people who think differently and all that. So you have different kind of sounds that appeals to them too. Okay, so for me, I can't say there's music that is actually bad. I can't say there is.
But I often hear some people say, I do good music. So now, what is good music?
They may be talking about the quality, maybe the quality of the sound. There's some people, maybe because of lack of fund or resources, they have to, they don't have the choice than to use the low, quality facilities, to produce their music.
Okay.
It could be what they are talking about.
I also want you to educate us on the difference between a singer and a musician. But
Wow.
before you do justice to that question, let us go on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. It's still Heroes in Disguise, Red Alert FM.
For sponsorship, advert placement, please call 08102415922. Red Alert FM. News as it breaks. Heroes in disguise, bringing ability out of disability.
Welcome back on Heroes in Disguise, Red Alert FM. We're still having the Mercurial one himself, Emmanuel Excel. Before we went on that quick commercial break, I asked him a question to help us differentiate or educate us on the difference between musician and a singer. So, sir?
Well, this subject has always been, it has been what we always, talked about, most times, trying to correct people about how to use this, appropriately. Like, most of the time, they see people who sing as the actual musicians, but with people like me, I've tried to correct that, impression that singers are just one, it's just an aspect. Or singing is just an aspect of, music, the music system. So, a musician is a person whose job actually is to write and perform music, in exchange for money.
Okay.
So a singer is one who can actually interpret words using musical notes or musical sounds. Okay, so just like me, I'm a bass guitarist,
Okay.
and I have the musical technicality, but I can interpret my musicality.
Okay.
I can interpret it using this bass guitar.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that a singer, it's not a musician except he or she possesses the musicality. Okay, for the fact that he or she can interpret music through singing makes he or she a musician. So we can't always call the singer. It's a pity that here in our world, in Nigeria, we always see the singers as the musician, forgetting that even the ones backing the singer are also musicians. Although they do their music in their various instruments. So we used to regard them as the backup artist, while the one in the front, maybe the singer, we regard them as the front artist. Okay, but all of them are all musicians, but in different, specialized in different areas of music.
So for want of a better grammar, we can actually introduce somebody that is a singer and also a musician without sounding as maybe a tautology or something.
Yeah, so you can say, I'm introducing, for instance, I can say, here's Ruth, a singer, or a musician, a singer,
Okay.
a Mike a bass guitarist, a musician, a bass guitarist.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Mr. Emmanuel. So, in your own case, as a musician, we all know that so many musicians out there, their case started from, before I started singing, I started as a church choir. So, what's your own, where did you start from? What's your own start? What was your own
The journey
start?
for you.
The journey so far, well, the beginning point has always been, for me, it's also the church, that I started back in those days, I never saw this coming. I never knew I would come to take it up as a career, it just came as one of those hobbies, like doing, and eventually, as life unfolded,
Is there any musician in your family, maybe it's Cape blood or something?
No.
So you're just fresh born.
Yeah, in church then I see the others, see the organist, the drummer in our service in those days, the way they play, and I became fascinated to how they do it, and from there I started developing interest. And I remember back in those days, my father's armchair, I condemned it, trying to practice drumming. Actually started as a drummer, Then I would take some sticks and I'll be hitting the thing. Whenever I'm hearing any sound on from the radio, I try to imitate and do the same thing like the drummer is doing, and that was how it all came. So I had to imitate any sound coming from the radio. Try to do exactly what they do, and from there, the interest just developed. On and on and on and on.
So, Mr. Emma said that means you taught yourself music without necessarily going to any music school.
Yeah, quite autogenous. Self-developing, self-taught. It was quite a rigorous one anyway. Because due to lack of, should I say, mentorship or mentoring, and lack of resources, it was not easy for me to acquire the skills I needed, properly. So I had to go through a lot of, for the sake of wanting to make sure I'm properly rooted, in this system. I had to, borrow ideas from here and there, visiting this one, visiting that one. But in all, I still have to sit down and, imbibe these things, myself. So it wasn't like I had one teacher or tutor or tutorials or something like that.
So, in other words, you don't have a mentor or something. Okay, this person, I'm looking up at this person. Or you're actually just looking at what he's doing.
Talk about it, because summarize.
Well, I've had quite a lot of embarrassing moments anyway. But I think I'll just take one, which has to do with this music system, I remember back in those days when I was still learning drumming. I'll tell them to just keep up, keep pushing, be determined, and try to be in the right circle. Because one of those few mistakes that I made while growing was that it took me a while to realize that I was not with the passionate minded circle of people. So it took me a lot before I had to now go solo. I had to go solo and really develop myself and try to re-entrench myself in the real circle. So try to make sure you align yourself with people who won't just relent, who won't just relent, and they'll always encourage and inspire you. Okay.
Okay, viewers. It was a long journey with Mr. Emmanuel Excel.
Heroes in disguise, bringing ability out of disability. Red Alert FM. News as it breaks.